So now there's no difference to me working on the pelvis or as a shoulder blade.
Okay.
We have what's called analogous parts. So the elbow to the knee and to the ankle to the wrist, they're very similar. The foot's very similar in makeup to the hand. It is not the same thing, but the hand, the feet, and the mouth are right together in the motor cortex. If you ever study psychology, the mouth is the strongest area. And then again, so let's say if this hand was broken, I could work on the foot and tease the brain. I use, again, the brain to my advantage, but I can do those kind of things. So even though he does stuff by mouth too, I highly recommend anything that's sticky, maple syrup or something like that, or chocolate icing, that stuff that just lingers, not like yogurt because it disappears and it's like more water-based.
Right.
But again, to get that tongue to, I mean, I know he eats by mouth, but anything to see if he can, because he doesn't lick his lips or that kind of thing.
Right, no.
Even if it's on the fingers or, but see, just that little bit of play in the fingers, he's like, hello. So you come under here, again, it's just like a pancake. He's got my fingers, which is great, use it to my advantage. And I'm just lifting up and then coming down. Now I can either do it like he's doing with him. See, he's pushing, I'm not doing it. See, now he gets activated and he's doing it. So I'm just using my fingers to his
And you're
advantage.
here.
I'm right there.
I was doing that this morning.
Yeah.
I did it on his right hand.
But now I can do here. I can do here. I can do here. Now I can go in further. Now I'm totally behind the scapula, so I'm like right. The scapula is always the size of your hand, so it's right in here where I go.
Okay. Like that little hole when you bring your arm back.
So again, he likes to grab onto stuff. But this too is where I would probably have the beads in my hand, so he's getting a visual stimuli as well as and a hearing.
Okay.
And now what I am here though is right sort of almost at the base of his neck as well. So top of the shoulders right into here. Again, with the little guy, your fingers can go so far,
Sure.
whereas, you know, if I was working on you, I'd have to be much more specific. But see how you can start, I can really go after the neck, and now that whole neck bends. And again, this would be after the surgery to start activating that neck again to heal it. And now I could do even like this. I'm going right underneath him, and boom. So this is the same movement, just getting more complex. What? So now here in floating, I can start rotating the head. So all of these, see how the arm is learning how to move around all these body parts in the same but different way.
Correct.
And then back down. So I can do the same, like I said, I got the foot, I'm underneath here, same thing. See how I can just, not much different, or I can go to the knee, bend over. So as I rotate this way, my fingers on the right hand go up, and when I come back here, they go down. I just,
Okay.
so same,
Bringing
same,
it in,
but
drop
again, you could do, but see, look at all the ways he's, because I'm supporting him here. See, this to this is too much for him. Once he gets to here, he's at a different level, leverage point, so that's when you start seeing the kicking. It's the same with the arm. The arm, he goes like this, but as soon as you raise him, then he's good. If you raise
Correct.
him, right?
Right.
So it's just that little part.
Correct. Correct. That's the part he needs to dominate.
See? And now I'm just here. So I've got one finger underneath the scapula, and I'm just rotating his biceps with my fingers. And then I can go.
Is he doing that?
Yeah. See, once he gets going, he's good. But for some reason, that initiation of just getting the weight off the ground is rough for him. But yeah, all of this is him.
And that's just something that he needs to, that he'll just learn,
But
right?
this is like baby push-ups right here. I mean, this is where the muscles and everything are starting to learn, but again, the skeletal system comes first.
Right,
So you can go even now underneath here and bend the back a little bit. That's awkward for him, and keep the hand up, but now he's learning, okay, I can bend my back and do this too. And see how he's watching the hand much more. And then right when I said that,
Adriel. Uh-huh. Open your eyes, silly.
so I can let go here. Now I'm here, both hands. See how I'm
You're twisting
just
his waist or
put my,
pelvis.
I'm
or-
just all I can think of is serving pizza. I'm just boom, 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 boom. But notice I have two hands under there doing it. This is a different movement. When I have it here, I'm asking for the whole chest cavity to rise. I'll go over exaggerate. I'm asking it to rise and rotate. And even that's fine for him.
Right, he's okay with that.
So you try it.
And once he learns something, he's good.
He should be good, but you know what I mean? Because he's weaker,
You have to keep.
you have to keep doing it to help him for him until his brain goes, oh, I can do it. Because again, it's that initial movement, it's hardest for him. Once he gets his legs and arms to a certain point, he's got that leverage. He's actually just waiting. He's grabbing your hair now. He's starting to do more of that kind of thing. But until he gets the hand up, it's just like it's, for some reason, it's like from here to here. But once he gets here, then I've got this.
Am I doing this right? Oh. Maybe not.
Just lay it flat
Okay.
and just, there you go.
Oh, okay, my fingers, not my hand.
Yeah, no, it's just the fingers.
Okay.
And again, least amount of muscles. I'm always supported, just like you're doing.
Okay.
You don't see me doing it standing up here.
Correct,
Always,
correct.
that's why this table was built for me. I'm either here to right here. It's always the same for me.
Okay.
I can do it, but it's much harder for me to work on a table that's higher. This is just what I'm used to.
And then this, my hand right here, am I doing the same thing with my fingers, or am I just resting my hand behind him?
Sort of resting. You're
Okay.
gonna do a little bit with the fingers. There you go. See how much more bum?
Okay, okay.
Now take out the right hand and see what that feels like. See, it's a different movement. As you're more part of him, again, it's just to make him more successful.
I see, I see. So this is the reason why this hand is here.
Right. But also the importance with all of this, notice how he doesn't startle anymore, the toes are all out, he doesn't have clenched fists anymore, he's not busy doing those kind of activities with his brain.
Right, right. And his breathing is perfect.
Yeah.
So my hip wasn't moving because I wasn't using my bones.
No, when I touched your foot, that position of me touching your foot in relationship to your hip, it did not have a movement pattern established. So that's why when I went to rotate or move your hip, I mean, no offense, it's just a hip in a socket. It should just go blah, 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 blah.
Right.
But again, for whatever reason, that maybe, again, you fell off some rocks when you were a kid, whatever, maybe you didn't crawl as a kid, I don't know. But that's where I look at, that's interesting. Why doesn't your foot just do that? You're just laying down, big deal. You
Why
know?
you said that fell off a rock?
Well, I mean, you grew up in
Because I-
Puerto Rico, you probably did.
I did.
I don't have to be psychic, but I mean, you know, so, but I'm just, but those patternings, maybe you slipped that way. So that positioning of bringing the foot around, since you didn't play again with it to make it successful, your body's just shut it down or just not played with it. That's why working on an athlete, especially I worked on some, I insulted them, said cheerleaders versus sons dancers. Holy crap, what I could do with their bodies. I had this guy's leg and this, and he gets off my table and he's like, whoo, and you're my new best friend. Of course, I never heard from him again, but the girl who I trained with literally turned around and walked away. She was like, I can't compete with that. And I'm like, yeah, but he's a he's like cheerleader, dancer, whatever.
Right.
His
So that
body
more
over, he
limber.
does these kind of things.
Right.
So by me asking him to do a high kick, whether it's on the table or whatever, that's something he does every day. Whereas you, if I asked you to do a high kick, you'd be like, what, lady?
Exactly.
That's why with the standard, now could I get you there? Could be. But on a first date, no. So I have to respect that just like I have to respect the baby.
Wow.
And that's what the touch is. It's all about respect.
I actually injured my knee like that. Fell off a rock. I was growing up and
Yeah.
I hit the rock
Yeah,
and my knee just, it was
Yeah.
never the same.
right. But it can be the same, and it also, this is where Feldenkrais's different. Why can't that knee now be better? Because even when you injured it, you were still a kid. So why can't you get it more sophisticated and more? That was his whole thing. Most people say, my shoulder's injured, get it back to where it was. And Moshe would say, why do you want to go there? You know, why don't you want to be better? But human
Right.
beings don't look at themselves that way. Just make me function, don't make me better.
How I used to be.
Right. And who wants that?
Right.
Right.
I do not want to be 28 yet, you know?
Yeah. Nah, that doesn't make sense.
But see, even when he's sleeping, again, when he's sleeping, you might have to grab the knee, you might not. You know, you can still work on all these things. I mean, let the kid rest once in a blue moon. I mean,
Right,
you know,
right,
but
right.
You're not going to hurt him by working on all different things with him. Because just like you said, he moves in his sleep. So what's
Right. Yeah.
now something like this too? If he's not exploring on his own, see how nice this is touch. This is his own touch.
Well, that I gotta say, he's great.
Oh, I know, but it's still, this is crossing midline. This is the pelvis. Look at it through a skeletal thing,
Okay.
you know?
That's right.
So